Turn the TV off. Mustard. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off.
14. Twisted Tie is cracking. It's Twisted Picks, Season 5, Week 14. Your host, Rick Stoller. I'm back, people. Thank you so much to the wonderful Cody Towner sitting in last week, going 4-0. I was 4-0 the week before that. This chair is 8-0 in the last 2 weeks. Feeling some pressure. Everyone did well last week. We got Big Bear 3-0-1.
We're back, baby. We are back.
Owl and I went 3-1. Twisted Tie, not so much. 1-3. 1-3. Humbug. All right, so Big Bear has chosen the first game of the week. It's gonna be the Thursday night football game. I think we've got a Thursday, a Sunday morning, a Sunday afternoon, a Monday, a nice spread out slate. Thursday night football, the Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions, -3.5. Before I turn this one over to Big Bear over here, I would like to say that one of the first things I said this season was to bet those Lions over 10.5 wins. We've hit it by 12 games. They played 12 games and it's already over, folks. Cash that check. I don't know if they'll let you cash it early. Over under 51. Lions -3.5.
Green Bay, Detroit, baby. I think it's game of the week without a doubt. Fought battle.
NFC North.
I know Detroit's tailing off a little bit. They had a tough game against those Bears last week. Green Bay has been handling their opponents. Not great opponents, but been handling them nonetheless. One thing I do know is that Detroit is going to score and Green Bay is going to have to score back. 51's a high number, but I'm definitely taking the over there. It's that time of year where weather's an issue, but definitely going over here. I think these two offenses are pumping on all cylinders.
Weather's
Love
not
the
going to
weather
be
game in a dome.
It's
Love
in a
that tape.
Indoor.
What's your point?
Green Bay 8-0. Green Bay 8-0 against teams that are below 500. 1-3 against teams that are above 500. This team's way above 500. Green Bay's not going to beat them. Green Bay's going to lose. Detroit -3.5. That's all I have to say. Good night.
It's hard to make a pick on Green Bay or talk about a Green Bay game after the Owl goes because he knows his team. And I was going to say, Green Bay, they really haven't beaten anybody. Detroit is a just juggernaut. You got to take the 3.5 Lions.
Right. Been watching these Detroit games the last 2 weeks, and the offense has not been as good, folks. They've sputtered a little bit, and the defense has taken some serious injuries. They've been packing Lions off the field the last 2 weeks. They played the Packers about a month ago on the road. I felt real confident going in, and they won the game easily. I'm not feeling as confident this time. I do not love the Lions in this game. In fact, if I had to choose a team, I would probably take the Packers here. But I'm looking at the under here. I just don't feel like the Lions offense is clicking like it has been. And despite the injuries, I think their defense will do enough to keep this thing under 51. Under 51. Oh, Cody Towner is taking the Lions. Cody Towner Lions. I'm going to give his picks until he misses one.
Game 2.
All right, game 2 is Atlanta at Minnesota. The Dirty Birds at the Purple People Eaters. This one's going to be another NFC North game. I've been touting that NFC North all year, just like I did as a guest from afar last week. And I picked those Packers. That got it done. And I'm going to pick these Vikings, NFC North, baby. Got a little help from my guest host, Cody Towner. He helped me choose this game. He likes the Vikings as well, -5 at home. Kirk Cousins started throwing those picks last week. And going up north and having to play against pretty good defense, I see the picks continuing to fly. Vikings -5.
Gonna have to go to my weather dome enthusiasts.
I don't think this is a dome.
Is Minnesota in a dome?
It's actually outdoors.
No,
It's not a dome.
it's not a dome, but it's indoor.
So it's indoors, no weather. No weather
like
implications?
Might be kind of a high ceiling,
It's
but
like a
it's
big
open.
jewel in the ground.
Weather, no weather.
It doesn't matter. They're inside.
Okay, so people are jumping down my throat for knowing Detroit's not
You
in
got
a
to
dome.
know that they're in a dome.
Detroit.
Is Minnesota in a dome?
No, it's not. It's not a dome. It's not a dome. It's
It's not
outdoors.
a dome, but it's not outdoors.
It's
There's controversy here, people.
It is indoors.
Which means
I know something about this stadium. It's not a dome, but it's inside. Just listen to me. Okay? They have this.
it's a teepee.
All the sound, not a teepee. Teepee would
Wigwam.
be like this. It's like this.
Uh-huh.
So all the sound bounces towards the away sideline.
That's all I
And
needed to hear.
Just think, it's 100,000 people going.
Goal!
Oh,
It's
a dome. A dome is circular.
In that case, I've heard everything I need to hear, people. Skull, we're going Minnesota Purple People Leaders. It's a hard hat holiday, people. It's a hard hat holiday.
Owl.
There you go.
Atlanta at Minnesota.
Big Kirk Cousins revenge game against his former team.
It is.
However, he is 0. Kirk Cousins is 0 for 3 in his last 3. He's 2-6 this year when he throws an interception. He's gonna throw an interception. The Falcons suck.
Minnesota. Twisted tie. Look out.
Alrighty, I don't like to agree with people when it comes to this last pick here. I do not bet the Falcons. You already knew that. So it was between this or an over-under. So there was only 3 options. I think Kirk Cousins is broken. The only thing I'm worried about is Michael Penis coming in there and dicking this game around.
Whoa.
If Phoenix is in the game, we're flipping.
We're fucked.
Can I put an asterisk next to my pick and say
No.
if Phoenix gets named as a starter?
No, you don't get to do that.
What if he gets named starter before the game?
No,
Minnesota wins by 7.
They're not
Purple
starting
people
Phoenix.
oh, consensus.
Consensus pick. Skull. Let's do it, baby. I hate the fucking Vikings.
Game 3.
All right, folks. We are moving over to Twisted Ties game in the highly touted NFC West.
They're tough.
propping up these NFC West all year. They're terrible.
It's not your game. Let him
It's
start.
not-
Get the game on the board. You're right.
Arizona -3. The over/under is 44.5. This game is for first place, baby.
Big game.
I've loved the Cardinals all year. They've been a little sucker for me, and I've been terrible. I am actually going to look into some data, which I did. Data says Geno Smith is 5-0 as a Seahawk against the Cardinals. I'm going to take Seattle. What are they getting points?
Yeah,
Points?
getting
We're
three.
Getting 3.
Yep. Birds.
Yeah, I mean, we had this game on the board a couple weeks ago, and I took Seattle at home against Arizona. Now we're getting 3. Love it. My little new Pete Carroll coach, he's doing great. They can get a 2-game lead if they win this game. If Arizona wins it, it brings everybody back into play.
NFC West, scrappy. You got the Scrambler versus Geno. I mean, the game. This is the second best game of the week, and we got a junkyard dog fight here, folks. Let me tell you, complete flip of the coin on this one, but Seattle's getting 3 points. This thing should be pick 'em. Give me Seattle +3 with Geno, and we might have 2 in a week.
Back to
Not
back.
happening.
No.
Not happening.
These two teams played 14 days ago. Like, they both played 14 days. It's like no time. So,
Be 2 weeks.
here's what I know. About 2 weeks, give or take. No days. Nobody wants to fucking win the NFC West. Nobody. And here's the thing. I sprinkled a little money recently on the Niners plus 703 to win that division. And you know what they need to stay? Because they are in the hunt. What's going to happen is what they need Arizona to win this game because
They
that
do.
brings everybody, keeps them all with them. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So we're going to take Arizona in this. We're going to take Arizona to win the game, and Arizona's going to cover.
All right, the final game of the week is going to be the Owls game, and he shifted around a couple times this week, but he has decided finally on the Monday Night Football.
I picked this game. I was inspired. I was bouncing around, and then Tyler and I were just having a nice little snack at the Slim Tree, and I see the commercial for this game. And you know what it is? It is a Simpsons character game where they turn the players into Simpsons characters, and you can watch it on Disney Plus or another channel as an alternate. And I will be watching that broadcast.
We know.
And so that is the reason why I'm picking this game, because it is a Simpsons animated game. And I think that is just amazing. My favorite Simpsons character of all time is Ralph Wiggums, Chief Wiggums' son. It's great. He's a great character.
I'm in danger.
That's exactly right. I choose you. And so I am going to choose this game. And I'm going to go ahead and take Cincinnati. They are the best 3-8 or 4.
I thought they were the worst 4.
No, it's the best. They're the best version of a crappy record team.
They were 4-7. Now they're 4.
Parsons was running his mouth after the game going, hey, we're a dangerous team. Nobody wants to see us. And Jerry Jones like, we're a good team. And it's like, no, you're not. You suck. You suck. And so Cincinnati is going to go ahead and continue to put up points, and they're going to win this game. Do you have a favorite Simpsons character?
No, I didn't really watch it.
Got
Bart, maybe Bart.
Pretty classic.
Classic.
Cowabunga.
Yeah.
As for this football game, if I was going to take a side, I would go with Cincinnati. I like what you had to say about that. But this is a lock.
Ooh. I like what you're talking about.
Absolute master lock. 50 points is not even close to enough. Cincinnati, Dallas, neither of these teams can stop each other. Cincinnati's going to at least put up 40-something points, and they give up 40-something points, no matter who plays.
They do
Trey
suck.
Lance might throw a touchdown in this game. Over.
Love it.
Over 50 for Twisted Tie. I'm not going to disagree with that, but I am going to disagree with myself from last week and the Owl from this week and say that I'm going against Cincinnati. I thought they might have been a good team, but after watching them against Pittsburgh last week, their defense is atrocious, which means I like Twisted Ties over. But I like Dallas in this game at home off the mini-bye. I mean, I do think both teams don't really care anymore, so it's going to be
Another really great divisional. They're both at the top playing good football. Chargers and Chiefs. Oh, he switched to the worst game on the slate. Sorry, folks. He made a good pick, and he switched it to a garbage game
You
because
hate
there's going
the
to be
Chiefs.
because
You
there's
hate
going to
the
be
Chiefs.
Simpsons. I don't know. I guess Dallas plus 5.5. I agree. Since they just got no juice. This is going to be score after score after score after score. I can see Cincy being up by 12 or so, 10, 12, and then Dallas comes down, backdoor. What's his name is going to catch 180 yards of passes. He
Hans
always
Molman.
does.
Hans Molman's a good character. You know, Mr. Br-
Yeah, like the type
that's pretty good.
computer.
Random bet. Didn't have as much pizzazz as
So
the
much
first take.
worse than the original.
I know.
But that's okay.
Yep.
We are doing the random bets, people, and we'll start with Big Bear because he's hit 9 straight. This man, so yeah.
Second best towner on the show. I get it.
But he did have a 2-14 stretch before this last week,
Sure.
and then he's hit 9 straight random bets. So what do you got this week?
I'm up 16 units on the random bets, people. 16 units. This is the one place that I have been glorious, and I want to keep it going here. Again, a little surprise. We've talked about this before. My buddy Rick Stoller here, big Detroit fan. He's telling you guys that Detroit defense is a little hurt.
Big hurt.
Big hurt. Big hurt. Josh Jacobs right now going off at 66.5 rushing yards. I think he hits that. I think Green Bay is going to hit the ground running, no pun intended. They always like to develop that run game. And Josh Jacobs, that guy's a bruiser. He's been running well this season. I'm going over yards for Josh Jacobs. Since I'm going over 51, that should work out nicely.
Alrighty. Looking for 10 in a row. That would be quite an accomplishment.
Bang!
Owl, what do you got?
Only one team that is no longer in the hunt. One team that is mathematically eliminated from the playoffs for the NFL, and there's only one team they can say that, and that is the New York Giants, 4.5. So got the Saints covered 4.5 against the only team to be mathematically eliminated. They don't want to play anymore.
How have I been in the randoms? I think I'm somewhat okay.
You were at
Minus
plus
100.
$90.
You know, I fought back.
You did.
I fought back. If I would have stuck with the logic, Jameis Winston is going to throw interceptions. And I would love to take it this week, too. Because he just did it twice last week. But he made a prayer. I don't want to get between him, me, and the Lord. I don't want to be a third party there.
Dear God, deliver
And
me
they're
from
playing
this.
Philly now. Sorry.
And they're playing the Steelers.
Oof.
Steelers just put up 2 defensive touchdowns last week as well. That equals the over. I'm not hoping for an interception pick 6, but Jameis Winston is Jameis Winston. That equals points.
Brown Steelers over 43.
We're taking the over. I'm not going to do it. I'm not getting in between Jameis and the Lord.
All right, for my random bet.
Random bet.
Random bet.
Random bet.
I've been struggling a little with the random bets recently, so I'm just going to steal from Big Bear over here, who's hit 9 in a row. I'm going to go for some things that he picked last week. He picked Tua over passing yards. They're playing the Jets this week. We're now 3-9. That
They're
thing's
atrocious.
blown. Tua over yards is my official random bet against those Jets.
Mustard! Turn the TV off, turn the TV off.